Yeah.
Dando, Manila, one of the most densely populated areas in the world. It is home to 600,000 and Filipinos, all over 122,000 households, but that size won't stop two young individuals from crossing each other's path.
Diba? That is actually a size of about 30 jam-packed Araneta Coliseum stacked together in an area of 5.2 square kilometers.
Who would have thought that out of 600,000 people, two of them will call themselves a couple?
I mean, actually it can happen to anybody in any place and to any circumstances. Who made the script? This is ridiculous.
And it is. But then again, who cares?
What is wrong with you?
I do. I mean, you have to give credit to the man Razon. 600,000 in the ballpark figure with let's say, 300,000 male. And figuratively speaking, one guy beats the other 299,900 other eligible men to win the heart of Genevieve.
Well, wasn't the math wrong there?
Of course, you gotta exclude the 99 ineligible, which has to be her father, her uncles, cousins, brothers, etc. So that's a pretty accurate accounting. Anyway, he's one heck of a guy.
And soon, Dando's sweetheart would meet the one heck of a guy that'll change her life forever.
Zar, while growing up in Tondo, he was a charming little boy who sometimes wished never grew up, as eventually he kind of lose that charm in the process. No, I'm just kidding. It was a rough neighborhood.
You know, Tondo as Detroit of the Philippines, his childhood was rather uncomfortable in a sense.
He's an only child who was raised by his mother, who's a single parent, juggling her work and being a mom, to the point where she has no time for herself anymore.
Okay lang sana kung mabait tong si Zar when he was young.
But you know what? He saw that. He saw his mother's hardships at such a young age.
It was not an easy childhood for the young Razon.
When he realized it was only him and his mother, he taught himself how to be brave. It made him strong. It made him come closer to the Lord.
He grew up searching for the real purpose of his life. One good thing about him is that he never questioned God.
He was quick to accept his fate, and he really never acted as if he was deprived of some comfort.
He actually does live comfortably as his mom was able to support him. But you know, it is always the absence of a father figure that would make or break a man. But Zar, a tough guy that he is, stood by his mom's corner and said, "Look, I will not do drugs. I will not give you headache." And sure enough, he made his promise.
He's not a perfect son per se. He and his mom had quite a share of misunderstanding like, normal people does, but not the extreme ones.
That attribute of his tells us that his mom is a Wonder Woman.
He grew up in a family of alpha dogs, all types of them. He got an uncle who's a police officer. He has another who chose to be in a different path. He had an uncle who runs the streets, if you know what I mean, and an uncle who's a pastor. So basically, it was a diverse background.
But the young boy was wise enough to follow the right path in the right time, right place and with the right circumstance. The church.
Well, he made the right decision.
Yeah, because in the church, where his pastor uncle is serving, he saw this sweetheart by the age of 11 who's really stunningly beautiful, that at such a super young age, she somewhat looked more like a woman rather than just a girl in the park.
Genevieve matured so quickly that she became a woman too fast. Oh, I mean not physically, that she grew boobs or those curves quickly at 11 or anything to that effect, but mentally and spiritually.
Jenny V is the girl who, at age of 5, reads a dictionary and encyclopedia rather than a story of a Disney prince.
She is such a gifted girl who can read at age 3 and can write at age 4.
She's not nerdy or whatever, but she's a genius.
Her father is a uniformed man, a typical strict and respectable man who in some ways chose to inculcate discipline to his daughter, and he's really persistent to teach his daughter to stood to her feet at the age of 5, literally.
And who would have thought that she would have become a good lawyer someday?
Well, everyone did.
Everybody knew she'd fly high to whatever she'd wanted to become. Her path was built.
And to combine that with a quiet and perfectly loving mother, they knew she'll become special.
Too bad. Some fellow from Tondo will just make her his wife.
But Jenny V, who grew up systematically in a surrounding where a yes is a yes and a no is a no, had so many questions why she need to go through the rough training.
She always asked herself, why? She thought that the world is in her shoulder. It's tough. It's really tough.
But when he met Zar, looking back, she thought, life does get harder. And that complicated man is Razon.
Congratulations, Ninong Zar, Ninang Viva.
Ano nga ulit?